Packers welcome. Let's hear it. All right. So welcome everyone. Excited to be here. I'm Aaron Popke, Director of Public Affairs for the Packers, and really excited to be here for today's event as we hand off the NFL draft from Michigan to Wisconsin. And very excited to be here at Lake Express. And we've got a number of people here today, supporters and partners. We're going to hear from some of them here at the podium, but we've got a number of them also in the audience with us. I know County Executive is here today, Mr. Crowley. Good to see you. And from Milwaukee Mayor's Office, Port Director Jackie Carter is here. Jackie, all right, awesome. Thanks so much for welcoming us to this port. And the Visit Milwaukee team is here, led by Peggy Williams-Smith. Peggy and your team, thanks so much for being here today. And I know we've got a number of other area leaders and representatives and supporters, so very pleased to have everyone here today. And I'll mention to members of the media that are here today, our speakers that are here at the podium, as well as other people here in the audience, will be available for interviews. I encourage you to speak with them about the draft coming to Wisconsin. And to get us started, I would like to introduce from Lake Express, Chairman Mr. David Lubar. David.
Well, thank you. Yes, my name's David Lubar, and I'm the chairman and one of the founders of Lake Express. So we started this company 21 years ago, and this is what we call Cooler by the Lake today. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome the NFL and the Green Bay Packers for this historic handoff. And with that, welcome everyone. Welcome by Lake Express. And go Packers, go NFL.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next up, to speak of the NFL draft, what it is, and having just completed its event in Detroit, Michigan, we're very happy to have Wisconsin native NFL Executive Vice President Jeff Miller. Jeff.
Thank you, Aaron. It's great to be back in Milwaukee. It's been a few years since I sat in County Stadium watching the Packers with my dad. At this point, I don't think we have any stadiums with both teams on the same sideline, so that was sort of a unique experience back in the day, but for all of you who experienced some of those games, you know what I'm talking about. And it's exciting to be here for the draft and to announce the NFL draft back in Wisconsin for the first time since 1939, December 1939 for the 1940 draft, where, as you all know, the Packers drafted 9th, I think, actually. We took the draft out of New York in 2015 after 50 years of being in hotel ballrooms and Radio City Music Hall, and started to move it around the country. We've been in Chicago and Philadelphia, Dallas, and other places, with each city and each community bringing its own special culture and community to the draft itself. In Nashville, we were down on Broadway. In Philadelphia, at the Art Museum, with tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people eventually showing up, with the draft growing every year as a great fan-facing and fan engagement opportunity for the league to be closer with our fans who seem to come from miles around to attend the draft. And of course, Green Bay will do the same. We couldn't be more excited to celebrate the tradition and the history of football, as we will at Lambeau Field and in the community in Green Bay, Wisconsin. For fans out there who haven't had a chance to be at a game at Lambeau or in the Green Bay community during a game, what a great opportunity for NFL fans from all around Wisconsin and all around the Midwest to celebrate with us next year at Lambeau. But the bar has been set high. Last month in Detroit, we had 775,000 people show up for a 3-day draft. And I am sure the Packers fans in Wisconsin will take that as a bit of a test to see whether or not we can grow the draft yet further and raise the bar higher. Regardless, Green Bay promises to be a great host. What an opportunity to celebrate Packers fans and the great history in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we can't wait. It's been a great partnership with the Packers already and Mark Murphy, and we look forward to the next few months and getting ready for a celebration next year. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. The bar has indeed been raised. We know it'll be the biggest event Green Bay has seen. However many come, we'll be ready for them. And now, one of our great supporters here in the great state of Wisconsin, I'd like to welcome Governor Tony Evers. Governor.
Thanks so much, Aaron, and hello, everybody. I am really excited to be here today in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, 1940 NFL Draft was here. Today, we are with this great group to receive the ceremonial handoff from my good friend from across the lake, Gretchen Whitmer, and for Wisconsin hosting the 2025 NFL Draft. And so thank her and her staff, congratulate them and their whole team and everyone who helped make the draft in Detroit a really great success. Folks, they've set a high bar, but guess what? We're the home of Titletown. We sure the hell aren't going to fumble it on our own turf. I also want to thank President Murphy, Commissioner Goodell, and every person who made it possible to finally bring the NFL Draft to Green Bay. I've said it before, and I obviously am a bit biased, but I can think of no better place to host the NFL Draft but the great state of Wisconsin and Green Bay. I mean, it doesn't get much better than the oldest stadium that was made for football in the NFL, home to the Super Bowl I world champions and a namesake Super Bowl trophy, Vince Lombardi, and the home of the only NFL team owned by the fans. In Green Bay, we have something that is really, really special. You'll find a bond between players, coaches, community, and fans that sets our state apart, and we cannot wait to put the Packer Energy center stage for the entire world to see. What's probably most special about this is the chance to give a group of rookies and their families and folks who will be sitting at the edge of their seats to see where their future will take them, a chance to start their pro football career in the great city of Green Bay. No matter where these players go from there, including those who will probably join the ranks of the Packers, I think anyone would consider that a strong start, especially if the history of 13 championship trophies and seasons have any sway about it. Folks, this is a win-win-win for our state. It's a win for the fans, it's a win for the players and all the folks that will be experiencing all that Green Bay and Wisconsin has to offer, an effort that's expected to have a nearly $100 million positive impact across the state. That's a lot of money. That's why our administration has been hard at work to make sure Wisconsin is ready to host this event and others in the future. From securing $10 million to support marketing and advertising and outreach to encourage large events just like this to be held in the state in the future, to more than $20 million for tourism's marketing activities and $2 million for Discover Green Bay to help capture the attention of thousands of folks that will be coming to our state. It's a lot of money, folks. Our administration, all our partners in Green Bay are ready. We're ready for the 2025 NFL Draft, and we're ready to show folks from across our country what Wisconsin and Cheeseheads are all about. So with that, we will see everyone in Titletown in no time. Go Pack, go. Let's win. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor, and thanks for your support during this whole process. And next up, to talk about that process, our leader who said when the NFL took it on the road in 15, Mark said, hey, we can get that in Green Bay. And so we embarked on that process, and to hear from our President CEO, Mark Murphy, here we are. Mark.
Thank you, Aaron. I feel very much at home with Packer weather out there today. So really excited to be here today for the handoff from Michigan to the draft that was held in Detroit. It's not often I say good things about the Lions, but the great organization, and they did an outstanding job running the draft. It's It's become a major event, major undertaking, and really hats off to them. They did a great job, and as Jeff said, really set the bar very high. I do want to give thanks to Roger Goodell, Commissioner, for having the faith in Green Bay. I'll talk a little bit in a minute about kind of the lobbying that we did. But obviously Jeff Miller, to him here as well, and everybody affiliated with the NFL. Packers are honest, are completely very honored to host the draft in Green Bay and represent the entire state of Wisconsin. The draft has become such a big event. It's going to be a week-long commercial for Wisconsin. I don't have to tell, you're all Wisconsinites, and you know how great it is, but it's really going to open a lot of eyes across the country and the world. I do want to give special thanks to Governor Evers. He's been tremendous. Appreciate your support and the support of the Wisconsin legislature, and also to Secretary Sayers. We know this is a tremendous opportunity to promote our state in a number of different ways, but particularly with tourism. Now the attention turns to the Packers, Green Bay, and the entire state. And it's an opportunity for us to celebrate football and welcome visitors. And as has been mentioned, the great history and tradition of the Packers, and of course, iconic Lambeau Field. Preparations have been underway for a number of years. As Aaron mentioned, when the league started taking it on the road, we started lobbying the league. We were a little behind. I think, and Jeff, you would know, I think it was like 20,000 hotel rooms was kind of the minimum. We're just a little short of that. I think we're at 4,500 in Green Bay. So we're going to be relying on the whole state to house fans from Madison to Milwaukee, all the way up and down the state. I think it's going to, and it was, as been mentioned, it's the economic impact will be tremendous. But it's something that we are really excited about and looking forward to. We have a great team with the Packers, led by Gabrielle Dow. She is somewhere in the building here. A round of applause for her. Many members of our staff have been and continue to work. We've been lobbying for many years, but knowing once we got the draft, the planning and the preparation has been going, and that really kicks in now that we're officially on the clock. And we hope and really believe this will be the best draft ever. Yes. All right, we have a number of great supporting companies that are helping us host this, and we thank all of them. Too many to mention, but it shows you the kind of support that we have, particularly for a special event like this. We also want to thank our community partners, including Discover Green Bay. I think Brad Toll is here. Brad has been tremendous. PMI, the city of Green Bay, with the mayor, Brown County, as well with our county supervisor, and then the village of Ashwaubenon. Thanks to them, all of them as well. We're really looking forward. I mentioned before the impact. We think we will. I don't know if we'll get to 775, but we're hopeful. We're going to try to break it, but we will definitely have over 250,000 visitors, and of course there'll be millions of viewers on TV. And as has been mentioned, the impact will be over 90 million in terms of the impact across the state. So we'll soon have this football on its way up to Lambeau Field by celebrating. I do want to mention, you can see the bikes here. One of the great traditions, I think, in the NFL, particularly with the Packers, is the bicycle tradition, and it really shows the connection between our community and particularly younger people in the community and the team. And it's something that has been really special, and you're going to see that highlighted throughout the entire year, and particularly as we get closer to the draft. And lastly, just thank you all for coming out, and I look forward to seeing many of you in Green Bay next April. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. We look forward to the continued preparations and excitement building to the event. And speaking of the excitement and building to the event and Wisconsin and all it has to offer, I'd like to invite Tourism Secretary Ann Sayers up. Ann.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am just so honored, so excited to be here for this historic day. Thank you to the Green Bay Packers for inviting me to join in on this welcome celebration. So I gotta say, in Wisconsin, we love our sporting culture, and Pedal to the Draft combines two of our very favorite parts, biking and football. The Packers Bike Kids tradition is such a joy to see, and it is so fun to be honoring that tradition with this event. It's just so very us, what's happening here today. So as Wisconsinites, you may have noticed, we are a spirited and passionate people, and that's true for just about everything, but even more so when it comes to football and biking. You can hear it in the way we hoot, holler, and cheer at Lambeau, or ring our cowbells when the teams are racing by in a big iconic race. You can see it when we sport our team spirit at the big game or race to the trails to spend our free time on our bikes. So whether you're tailgating with your best buds or cheering on the sidelines for a big race, you can't help but feel that contagious energy of Wisconsin sports fans. And there's a reason for that. We have so much to be proud of for both sports. So 35% of Wisconsinites bike. We are proud to be home to the nation's very first rail-to-trail project, that's the Elroy Sparta Trail. We're home to renowned bicycling brands like Trek, Ceres, and more. And we're also home to popular races like Tour of America's Dairyland, which is the country's longest competitive road cycling race. And from the football perspective, and I don't have to tell this crowd, you know, the Packers have 13 total championships, the most of any team in NFL history, the first and second Super Bowl wins, and we have the most passionate fans, which I know isn't something you can exactly measure, but it's also like you kind of can, and we totally are. So, as Wisconsinites, we are so excited to welcome legions of football fans to experience Wisconsin's spirited nature and our world-class hospitality before, during, and after the NFL draft in 2025. Whether they ferry or fly, pedal or drive, they are in for an unforgettable experience in Green Bay and beyond. Visitors are going to love soaking up the Packer energy and legacy at Lambeau and Titletown, but I also encourage draftgoers to make plans now to explore even more of Wisconsin while they're here. To make it easy and customized to their interests, travelers should visit travelwisconsin.com and start planning how they're going to experience all that Wisconsin has to offer. Our famed culinary traditions, our vibrant arts and culture, endless outdoor activities, jaw-dropping vistas, live music, festivals for pretty much everything you can think of, our native roots and our thriving indigenous culture, unique accommodations from cozy to luxurious, history, wellness, golf, agritourism, shopping, and so much more. We can't wait to welcome the draft goers and help them make Wisconsin memories they will never forget. And I love that we are starting already to make those memories right now with Pedal to the Draft. This is what Wisconsin is all about. Thank you to the Green Bay Packers for kicking off the countdown to the 2025 NFL Draft in this uniquely Wisconsin way. Have a great day out there, riders.
Thank you, Secretary Sayers. And speaking of riders, you saw a group of us here. We're all wearing our jerseys. We've got some really fun people to take part with us today. A member of Travel Wisconsin out there of Office Rec, Cassie's here to represent the state. We've got Wisconsin Bike Fed represented. Milwaukee Bubbler Bike Sharing System is here in Green Bay too. There they are. So happy to celebrate biking here in greater Milwaukee. And we're going to be making our way up to Green Bay. And here we go, yeah. All right, cyclists, come on up. So I mentioned we've got representation at the state level, Milwaukee level, and then Green Bay. We got some serious cyclists here. I want to remind them this is a no-drop ride. And for those of you who cycle, that means we're going at a pace that everyone can handle. So we got some serious bikers here who may be tempted to drop us, but we're excited about that. And as Mark said, we've got a great tradition of Bike Kids up in Green Bay that started in 1958. And I told the secretary early on that we were going to celebrate all that Wisconsin has to offer and lean into the Bike Kid tradition. So watch on social media today, hashtag Pedal to the Draft. We're going to make some stops here right in the city of Milwaukee and then hopscotch our way up to Green Bay, highlighting some of the great bicycling that this state has to offer, and celebrate with a ride into Lambeau Field. And if all goes well, we're going to pick up some bike kids at Rainitzky Field in Green Bay and unveil our draft countdown clock in the atrium this evening. So appreciate everyone here at Lake Express, the governor, Jeff Miller, Mark, Secretary Sayers, everyone for being here today. All our partners who are here in the audience and supporters, thank you for coming today. And we have a lot to celebrate and get ready for between now and April, and all of us will be a part of that. So thanks again for coming, and we will be ready to make our next transition. We've got members of the media here, as I said earlier. Feel free to interview Executive Crowley and Peggy and Port Director. We got representatives here from the city and the state. Feel free to interview them. We here, the bikers, are going to make our ready to depart, and we'll have a photo opportunity outside with all our bicycles as well. So again, thanks for coming, and feel free to grab any of us if you have any questions. And with that, we will transition. Thanks, everyone.